Questions for Walker?
Walker, today it seemed like, man, you had control of all your pitches. Talk a little bit about today and when you get into a groove like you did on the mound.
Yeah, felt real good today. All my pitches were working. Changeup was there. It hasn't been there as much as it was today in the past. So that was good. I use that as more of a weapon today than I have in past few games. So yeah, I just got in a rhythm early, and I was getting ahead of hitters, and I was able to put it more than usual away today. So that felt good.
Have you ever had a start like that where you didn't use a lot of pitches at all? I think in the eighth you were about it, maybe not even 90 pitches yet. It just seemed like you weren't missing very much.
Yeah. I've had a few games like that in my career here where it's, I'm getting early action, and so I'm not having to throw a lot of pitches. So, I'm kind of used to that, but I was surprised to see I got 10 Ks with that, uh, you know, little amount of pitches. I thought I'd be way higher than that, but it worked out. So yeah, I was just really just getting early action. That's always the plan. Try to get you out in one pitch if I can. So.
Walker, was there any question about you going back out for the eighth? And I guess when Coach told you you're going back out there, just what did that mean to you to, I guess pitch 8 innings? That's a really good outing to pitch that much.
Yeah, Coach Oz he came up and asked me how I was feeling and if I was, good to go, because we had Garrett Ramsey in the bullpen ready to go, and Ryan Ock, I believe, was warming up too. So there was, there wasn't pressure for me to, try and go out another inning if I couldn't do it. So, but I felt good, and I told him I was still felt sharp, and my strength was still there. So yeah, he definitely asked me, but I still felt good at that time.
Walker, can you talk about pitching in a game like this where, any type of mistake and, they take the lead 'cause it's 1-0. You feel like you pitch better at that point, and can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, it's definitely a higher stakes game when it's 1-0, especially against a club like this. They're a good hitting team, and they've had a good start to the season so far, and they're going to be good down the stretch. So that definitely elevates the pressure a little bit. But at the same time, I think when pressure gets elevated, I think performance gets elevated. So it's fun to pitch in games like that. Makes everything more exciting. You got to be a little bit more focused, and it's fun. It's fun. Those are the types of games you want to win. So.
Walker, what does it say about you guys that you can win a game with 13 runs and then the next day win with just 1 run? I guess you're finding different ways to beat people. What does that kind of tell you early on in this season?
I think it just speaks to the level of talent we got on this team. We can bang around 13 runs one game, and we can hold you to a shutout the next game. Takes a good hitting team and a good pitching staff to do both of those things. And a lot of times for teams, it's either one or the other is the trend in the season. But I believe our bats have woken up, and our pitching staff has been solid thus far. So I just think we got a lot of talent on this team, and we're finally starting to mesh together more than we were in the past. So I think it's no time to not look back. I think we're about to start really rolling. So.
All right. Questions for Coach?
Coach, yesterday we talked about Gabe, and then the day he come out and hit like he did, but thought maybe the best play he made was there in the ninth, that ball off the wall. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah, we were in no doubles. You're exactly right. If that guy gets to second like he normally would with a double, if we're not in no doubles, then, it's probably a different ball game for sure. It takes a double play out of order. You know, the ball the guy hits right there, he's moving to third, less than 2 outs. So it's a totally different game. But you're right. That was certainly the play of the game right there to hold that, to give us a chance for a double play, which happened the next pitch.
Coach, can you talk about Walker? I mean, it's kind of a regular day in his career, but kind of a gem for him at the same time.
Man, I'll tell you what, he was spectacular. And one thing that I don't want to go unnoticed in this is Coach Ostrander's ability to call the game for him. And that was the message to the team after the game today, that, you know, it's one thing to know what gets people out, but it's another thing for that pitcher to go out and execute. And that's exactly what Walker did. You know, I'm sure from his standpoint, I like the maturity, because we missed on opportunities, at least 3 innings to extend the lead, and to go back out there and knowing that every pitch, you know, could be the difference in the game being tied or remaining the same. But I thought the impressive thing with Walker was his ability to focus and control what he was supposed to do, and that was to go out and hang zeros, and that's what he did for 8 innings.
I mean, the only inning he got challenged was the 8th inning right there. How big for him to – it looked like he was throwing – that was the hardest inning he had thrown, and came out with 2 big strikeouts right there.
Well, I just think he continued to get stronger as the game got deeper in it. I mean, he really did. They had no answer for him. He really was able to utilize 3 pitches. You know, he plus and minus his pitches, and it just kept them off balance. They're a good hitting club, as we saw last night, and to come out and limit them to 4 hits and no runs, you know, hats off to him and Ramsey being able to come in the 9th and go 3 up, 3 down.
Coach Berry, baseball is such an odd game. I was wondering, after that first inning, I'm pretty sure you didn't see this game going to be 1-0 after the 9th, the way things were going. I mean,
Well,
it's the way it starts and ends is so odd.
You're exactly right. And, you know, sometimes we've seen where on a really good pitcher, when you have an opportunity to score in the first inning, and we talk about that in the fall, that you can't miss on that opportunity, because it may end up 1-0 game. And Sarge didn't let that happen with the first and third. And unfortunately, it was a ground rule double. Otherwise, we could have scored Fisher from first base and made it 2. But, you know, hats off to our offense. I think where there wasn't a lot of offense and we missed on opportunities, understand that the arm that we just beat was a guy that had phenomenal numbers going in, even though he's pitching on Saturday. But we were able to run his pitch count up and, you know, get him out of there in 4 2/3 inning. He had 31 pitches after the first inning, 68 after 4 innings, so 92 when he left the game. So hats off to our guys being able to be patient, drawing 4 walks, and having them, you know, get in that bullpen again.
Coach, can you talk? Oh, go ahead, Taylor.
I was just going to ask Coach, to win a game 1-0, you know, after winning last night's game with 13 runs, does that tell you anything, the way you guys are, you know, winning games in different ways?
Well, you know, last night we played a sloppy game. We had 4 errors, even though we did put up a lot of runs and a lot of hits. The defensive side wasn't what we want out of our club. Today, offensively, we weren't the team we were last night, but man, did we step it up on the mound, and did we play defense behind him. So, you know, there's various ways that you can win baseball games. There's three components of the game. There's pitching, there's defense, and there's offense. You have to play at least 2, if not all 3, to win a game. And what we saw today, obviously, we played 2 of them very well, and that was pitching and defense.
Coach, the offense left 8 runners on base. I mean, had a chance to kind of give the mound a little bit more cushion. Can you just, you know, talk about those opportunities?
Yeah, I mean, I saw the same thing you did. I mean, you know, it's frustrating, very frustrating. But, you know, when it's over, you move past it, and you go out and you play defense, and you rely on a guy that's really dialing up the zone like Walker was today. You know, the message after the game was, hey, this one's in the past. We won it. We missed on opportunities. We could have extended. We could have done a lot of things, but it's over, and we've got to move to the next opportunity, and that's an opportunity to sweep a series against a very, very good team. And hopefully we learn from those failures that we had in this one. I think sometimes that and it's just not our players, it's all players, that we get so hit minded that we feel like the only way we can be successful is if we get a hit. And in those situations, especially with the second and third, two of those innings that we're talking about with less than 2 outs, all we have to do is put a ball in play up the middle and we score a run. But, and that doesn't require a hit. That just requires putting the ball in play. Our guys know that. I mean, every player in Division I knows that. But the ability to slow the game down and to understand the simple things and not make it complicated, I think is the difference between the good and the average players and the good and the average teams. And we're trying to be that good team.